We have finally got news. We are getting a stream tomorrow giving us an update for everything regarding the 2.3 update for Cyberpunk. And with that, I have noticed some very interesting things that have been mentioned. Things that if you have been watching my recent videos covering this topic, that you may have picked up on as well. Things that could give us an insane amount of content that nobody would have expected. Even I am shocked. I'll be going over what I think will be announced in tomorrow's update, when I think it will actually release, and go over why it may be a whole lot bigger than you think, or I'm hoping it's going to be a whole lot bigger. Even if these things don't come true, I'm not necessarily going to be upset at all with this update. I'm still very grateful that Cyberpunk are updating their game 5 years after release, and that's all I can ask for, is developers that actually care about their consumers. Now before we start, did you know that only 0.3% of people who actually watch my videos are subscribed? So if you enjoy Cyberpunk videos and my content in particular, please be sure to consider subscribing. I really post a lot of videos on this topic and would really appreciate all the support I can get. So earlier today, there was a tweet by the official Cyberpunk account on Twitter saying that we're driving into patch 2.3 of Cyberpunk to check out what is under the hood of the newest update. A pretty interesting teaser for what is actually going to be coming tomorrow. Our passengers will be Mr. Sasko, Associate Game Director of Cyberpunk of course, and someone from Virtuos, the lead designer. Now, have you picked up on this yet? Now after this came out, Synth Potato, who's a big gaming content creator on Twitter, found out that The Verge had accidentally leaked that Cyberpunk 2077 2.3 update is releasing on July 17th. Not only that, but they confirmed that the 2.3 update will include new cars and a new photo mode. No more information on any other features yet. Now this obviously lines up with the previous tweet that I showed before this, saying that we are driving into patch 2.3 of Cyberpunk to check out what is under the hood. Yes guys, this is a car reference if you haven't got it already, so we're going to be getting new vehicles as both of the tweets have correlated. However, I want to talk about the section at the end saying that there's no other info available. I think I might have a theory that could explain what we may be seeing in this 2.3 update. I hope I am right, because I'll look like a fraud if I'm not. Now we know about the recent Virtuos leak. It has been around for a few months now, and it spilled details of Virtuos stepping into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, and that seems to have come true actually by the indications from this tweet. Now let me break down why Virtuos makes this massive for me. It isn't just some small studio, they are a juggernaut. They have partnerships with 23 of the top 25 gaming companies across the world. Their most recent work was the highly anticipated Oblivion Remastered, which was the world's worst kept secret, yet shadow dropped on the same day it was announced. They gave it an entire fresh coat of paint, and for what it was, they did a fantastic job at it. Bethesda obviously trusted them with such a huge task. Virtuos specializes in full cycle development and art production, meaning that they don't just tweak things, but they actually build worlds, design levels, and breathe life into gameplay, often handling a lot of the heavy lifting for many AAA titles. With the lead designer having a track record of immersive storytelling joining Sasko tomorrow, we're looking at a creative collision that could redefine Night City in many different ways, and the leak has hinted that they were tasked with 2.3's core content. This confirmation that they are confirmed to be appearing in the stream tomorrow fills me with a lot of anticipation for what else they could release as well as the cars. If we are to go back to the previous leak and see what they were actually working on, it states that they have analysed existing Cyberpunk character voices to inform their writing dialogues in multiple new side quests. New side quests could possibly be coming tomorrow. I don't want to get my hopes up and make myself look like a complete idiot, but that's what a leak says. I'm not making this up. As well as that, they coordinated with the narrative designer to conceive, write, and polish side quests for upcoming DLC releases. Oh my goodness. Could this actually be coming true? Even if we don't get some DLC stuff tomorrow, like we're obviously not going to, I can very much guarantee that if we are going to get any future DLC, this update is going to lay the groundwork for that. Now, the driving theme from the tweet could maybe hint at some vehicle-focused missions, high-speed chases with mounted turrets, or off-road survival runs. This for me doesn't seem like just a patch, it is a potential expansion of Night City's soul, a thank you to all 25 million players who stuck through the 2020 hell launch, crashes, bugs, and all, only to see CDPR fight back and give us these amazing free updates. Virtuos' involvement could seriously add some major extra quality to an already unbelievable game. And I don't want to put too much pressure on them, but a lot of hype is surrounding this right now, especially this partnership, and it might just deliver a masterpiece. Now, to quickly touch on the release date, we do now know that it is coming on the 17th. We did have a date etched into our calendars, that was June 26th, but for obvious reasons, that the fact that they didn't want to give us an update up to their standards, that was delayed until now. That was a pushback that definitely left us hanging, but now we are finally here. Tomorrow the stream is coming and I'm under the assumption that 2.3 is going to be massive when it launches on the 17th. CDPR wouldn't risk a live showcase without a polished build to flaunt around, meaning that it is up to the standards and expectations that they wanted to nail before they dropped it. So we will have this in our hands playing on June 17th, and I'll be making all sorts of content about it. I also want to talk about what else we might expect to see. We've obviously got that 25GB file size to work with, matching the 2.2 footprint, giving us a lot of room to work with. But like I said, I don't think this is just another polished pass. I think it is a whole new update with content. I don't really think it's going to be fixing some major bugs that we've been experiencing. What you got to understand is the 2.2 update did a lot of quality of life tweaks and a lot of bug fixing. I don't think we're necessarily going to see as much as that in this 2.3 update, meaning that we'll have a lot more room to work with for potential content to be added to the game. Like I previously said in the video, I am delusional and I'm leaning towards quests, and with Virtuos' narrative muscle in the mix, I think the potential is definitely there. Now, we're obviously not looking at that Phantom Liberty size 50GB behemoth, but that doesn't mean the 25GB cannot add a lot of content to a game. It's not like it's going to be that UI polish or inventory tweaks that could eat up a lot of space. I'm thinking that they could prioritize some serious story over polish. Imagine the scenes if we wake up with the 2.3 update and we get like 2 to 3 hours worth of content of fresh quests. Oh my goodness. You got to understand as well that this driving theme could hint at a lot of new options being added to the game. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy like flying cars or anything, but I think the more automobiles we get, the better. Whether we do get to see quests on the scale of having Johnny Silverhand back in the mix is beyond me. I don't think we'll necessarily see that, although the characters' voices have been analysed to be added to more additional quests in the future. But who's to say that we're not going to get additional quests with someone like Panam or Judy, for example? There is a lot of options right now. There's so many things that could be happening, and I'm just grateful that we're in the mix here and we're actually getting something coming tomorrow. And lastly, I kind of just wanted to say a big thank you to CDPR and what they've actually done for us as a community here. In a world where so many games are just mistreating their fan bases, not understanding their audiences, and moving on to the next big flop of a title, Cyberpunk has stayed in the mix for 5 years now. And CDPR have constantly updated their game for us, the fans who stuck with them from the very beginning. We all know the rough start that those guys had, and it was completely against their will that they had to do that, but they went and fought through it. And they gave us one of the best games ever made, and they go ahead and keep adding to that when they don't really owe us anything else. Like, I'm pretty sure most of us forgave them like 2 updates ago. Like, they've really given this their fair share of love. They don't have to keep giving us these updates, and I feel like we're just going to keep on getting them until Orion actually comes out, and that is something that we as a community should be thanking them for and appreciating. So many games just kind of release, and then they get a few patches here and there, and just get put to the shelf, and they get forgotten about and left to rot. All of their lore, all of the fan base that they built up, the fan base that was excited to see more content in the world that they actually got immersed in, and they don't get fulfilled whatsoever. Cyberpunk continues to impress by updating us constantly with brand new content over and over again. And it just feels like they're building up to that one final surprise that they keep saying they're not going to give us. Overall, I'm very happy about the 2.3 update coming, and although I've said all of these crazy things, new quests come in, obviously the new vehicles that have been leaked, no matter what we get, and I hope this resonates with you guys as well, I'm just grateful that a company is going to give us consistent updates for a game when we don't really deserve it anymore, because they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart to say thank you to us. And for that, I have nothing but respect and appreciation. So no matter what gets announced tomorrow with the 2.3 update, I'm just glad that I'm a big supporter and a big fan of a world that a game company has made that go above and beyond for us. But anyway, let me know how you feel about this update coming tomorrow, or coming today if you're watching it today. Let me know what you think is going to be added. Are you excited for this? And what features are you most looking forward to playing? Whether we get the quests or not, please don't cook me too hard in the comments if I'm wrong, by the way. I'm very much looking forward to this, and hopefully you guys are as well. I see a lot of potential for future updates with this one coming out, so don't be too disheartened if something that hasn't been released that you were hoping for. I see a lot of people wanting things such as third-person mode, such as New Game Plus. Don't worry about that. If we don't even get it in 7077, I imagine we're going to get it in Orion. So don't worry, a little bit of a wait, but it'll be worth it. These guys know what they're doing. Anyway, thanks again very much for watching. If you have been watching the recent videos, it has all built up to this. So I'm glad that we can finally put it to an end and sink our teeth into the content that we're going to get seeing tomorrow. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks very much, guys.